guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a little bit of an update of what's been going on with me in the military stuff. As you guys can tell, it is past October 22nd and I still haven't shipped out. So I want to tell you guys a story on what happened and why I haven't left. Okay, so let me go ahead and start from the beginning, which was about a month ago or so. So I got a call from my recruiter saying that I would no longer be shipping on October 22nd, that I would be shipping on October 21st. The reason for that is because the Air Force office here at the MEPS in Denver was going to be closed from October 22nd. They would be closed that entire week. So therefore I needed to ship out on the 21st, which was completely fine with me. It was only a day earlier than what was originally expected. So after that call, I decided that I needed to take a couple of trips because I needed to see family and friends, and I was invited to see Luke Combs in Minnesota the last weekend of September. So I went to Minnesota, then I came back for a week, and then it was my last day of work, October 10th. And then I took a trip from October 11th through October 15th to California to see my family. And I will go ahead and insert some clips of the trip to Minnesota and then the trip to California, just so that you guys can kind of see a little bit of what I did out there, which was not something crazy, but just hanging out with people. So I'll insert those clips now. Guys, we made it to San Jose. Now we're just gonna wait for our ride, which is my uncle, and then we're just gonna go back to Modesto, which is where the family is at, say hello and see what the day brings.
Oiga, ¿cómo está afinada? No está afinada. No, ¿verdad que no? Le falta.
Okay, so coming back, I came back October 15th, so October 16th, 17th, and 18th were technically my last days to figure out what I was gonna do with all my stuff and pack everything up, because as of now I am living at my mom's house. And I got a message from my recruiter again saying that I actually needed to go to MEPS on Friday, October 18th to do all of the medical stuff prior to shipping out, so that way on Monday I would only sign my contract, swear in, and head out. So I pretty much had to check myself into the hotel on the 17th before 8 p.m. to go to MEPS the next morning. Everything was going smoothly. I was a little stressed out just because I have so many things to do, and I wasn't anticipating that I had to go check myself into the hotel and having to go to MEPS that Friday. That does take some time, so therefore I was kind of stressing in the fact that I had so many things to get done. But regardless, I had to go to MEPS, so that was completely fine. So I want to point out that I was feeling fine. I was aware that I was supposed to be getting my period between the 17th and the 18th. It was about that time frame that my period was supposed to show up, but I was feeling completely fine. So Friday rolls around, we get to MEPS and we check into the main control desk, and then we're told that we need to go see our liaisons and then go back to the medical section of MEPS. So the first thing we had to do was get our physical done, where you have to pretty much get back into your bras and panties, and they check to see if there's any scars on your hands or any blisters or any what are they called, warts. and then they check your back again, and that's it. Like it's really quickly, it's super fast, super easy. And then they also check the arches on your feet. And then after that, we got pulled in to do the pregnancy test. So I went into the restroom with a bunch of other girls, and we were told to pee in a cup. So I got my cup, I opened it, I pulled my pants down, and I let some pee out. And then that's when I noticed that blood came out. So I was like, great, I just started my period, I'm not pregnant. So I was super excited, super happy that I wasn't pregnant. So I was feeling fine. Nothing to worry about. My period had just arrived. The only thing was that I did ask to go get like tampons so I can, you know, put something so I wouldn't bleed or whatever. But by the time I got to the baggage area to go into my backpack, I guess I had bled into my underwear, so I had to get another pair of underwear and my tampon, and I went into the restroom. So I changed, and then I went back to the medical stuff. We finished that up, we went back to our liaisons, and then we were told that we were going to wait between 15 to 30 minutes to get called back up so that we can go over paperwork one more time and get it ready for Monday. So I was sitting in this table and I was talking to the girls because I had made friends through a Facebook group for the shippers of October 22nd, and luckily there was some girls there that would be shipping out from the Denver MEPS, so I made friends with them, and we were sitting there talking, everything was going great, and then all of a sudden I started getting the most painful cramps I've probably ever felt in my life. They were so bad, I started sweating immediately. I was clammy, and all I remember was, oh my god, it's getting hot in here. So after that, the girls were like, are you okay? And I was like, I don't know, I think. Like, I'm just gonna try to breathe through it, and hopefully they call us up soon so that we can go home. Then all of a sudden I get another like huge cramp, and I was like, okay, I need to go lay down. So luckily the lounge area has like another separate room that has like a vending machine, and the lights were off in that room. So I went ahead and like laid down in the floor, like on the floor, because I wanted to feel like something cool on my body to see if that would help me relax a little bit. And then as I laid down, I was like, okay, no, I need to use the restroom. And mind you guys that yes, I've had these painful periods before, but they don't happen often. Like, they happen every so many years. Like, it's weird. I think the last time I had a painful period like this was like back in high school. So also my body reacts to pain where if I feel a lot of pain, like my stomach gets loose, which is kind of weird. But so I was laying down and I was like, okay, I'm in so much pain, I need to go to the restroom. So I got myself up and I managed to go to the restroom, and I was sitting on the toilet, and I remember that I just started feeling hot flashes, and then I started feeling like I was gonna faint. I couldn't hear very well, like my ears just started like clogging up too. And then I just remember there was this like lady brushing her teeth, and I could hear the water running, so I was like, excuse me? And she was like, yes. And I was like, do you happen to have ibuprofen or Tylenol? And she was like, why? And I was like, because I don't feel really good. And she's like, are you okay? And I was like, no, I think I'm gonna faint. So then she asked for my name, and she's like, okay, I'll be right back. So she left. When she left, I managed to clean myself up, pull my pants up, open the stall, and as soon as I opened the stall, I was like, okay, I'm going down. Like, I just felt so sick that like I couldn't sustain myself. So I didn't hit my head when I went down. I sort of like slid down to the floor. And then I remember that the lady came back in with another lady, and then they just saw me on the floor, and they were saying, you're so pale, where does it hurt? And I just kept saying, it hurts on my pelvic area, it hurts really, really bad. After that, I was in and out of consciousness because the pain was so freaking bad. It was excruciating pain. I feel like it probably felt like if I was giving birth or something. I don't know. It was just so bad. Like, no matter how I laid on the floor, like, it was just hurting so bad, and I felt so weak, and I was sweating, and it was like a freaking novela, like a soap opera of how I was feeling perfectly fine, and then the next thing you know, I'm down on the floor. So then I remember that people were trying to help me out. They kept saying that they couldn't feel a good pulse, that they couldn't read my blood pressure. And then I remember two military guys coming in there helping me get off the floor, and they carried me out of the women's restroom into the medical side of MEPS. And then I remember them saying that the ambulance was coming and they had to take me to the ER. So that happened on Friday. I was taken to the ER from MEPS because I got sick. So then that afternoon, I pretty much spent the rest of the day at the hospital, because apparently even at the hospital they couldn't get my blood pressure up, and I was still very pale. I think I was just dehydrated, honestly, because I kept looking up at the IV bag and it was like sucked. They gave me like 2 of those bags and they were completely sucked. So I was like, damn, I was really dehydrated, or I don't know. Maybe it was all that sweating that I did from the hot flashes, but I was there for a while. So because of that incident at MEPS, I wasn't able to ship out on Monday. My recruiter told me to check into the hotel that Sunday and try to go through the process of shipping out. He did say that there would be a big chance that I wouldn't ship out, just because this happened on Friday and they would have needed a bunch of medical documentation for Monday, which I wasn't able to get. I was only able to get the after visit summary from the hospital. So on Monday I went to MEPS and I, tried to go through the processing to ship out, but then I was pulled aside and I was told that I would not be shipping out because apparently the doctors at the MEPS would not read my medical records to allow me to leave. So even though my recruiter went and got my medical records early that morning and submitted them in, they still wouldn't read them. Guys, it was a whole like chaos. Like, commanders and chiefs were talking, trying to get me to go through, but the doctors at MEPS were saying no. Then they finally got the doctors at MEPS to read them and they said no, she needs a follow-up and she needs additional stuff to get cleared. So that's the story. I haven't shipped out because I need to get medically cleared again. As of now, I technically have lost my job and I need to get medically cleared, and then once I'm medically cleared I can go ahead and do the whole job listing again, where I select another job and get another ship out date. Today I actually got a message from my recruiter, which he was saying that the jobs that I want are on the list of jobs that he is working on, and he's gonna try to give me the job that I want, because he is at a conference somewhere, because I think it's like the time where they start pulling the jobs that haven't been taken, and they start doing like this lottery where they try to give people who are on the delayed entry program a job. So he's working on that. Hopefully, fingers crossed, I get the job that I wanted, because it is on the list. So hopefully I am a lucky person this time and I get the job that I actually want. I also have scheduled a follow-up appointment with my doctor so that I can get cleared and I can get that paperwork to submit to MEPS. So I don't know how long I'm going to be hanging around. I don't know if it's going to take a month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months before I can ship out again. I'm hoping that it's sooner than later, because at this point, guys, I am jobless. So I've learned that things happen for a reason, and I haven't left because maybe God didn't want me to stick with that job. I don't know, but I'm staying positive and hopeful, and I'm just gonna wait to see what happens with the job selection that's going on right now, and I get to leave soon because I'm jobless. But I have nothing else to say to you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I will keep you guys updated if I do hear any updates. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.